Animal Farm by George Orwell. We'll be doing the second chapter in this video, but before that, let's take a quick look at what happened in chapter 1. The novel Animal Farm opens with Old Major summoning all the animals belonging to the farm of Mr. Jones to the big barn. He describes a strange dream that he had the previous night and exhorts the animals to rise up in revolt against man. Old Major teaches them the song Beasts of England, which they immediately adopt as their anthem, and the animals sing this song over and over again in great enthusiasm till Mr. Jones, woken up by the sound, takes his gun and starts firing pellets. The animals disperse and the barn falls into deep silence and the animals retire to their sleeping places. The first chapter comes to a close here. The second chapter begins with the death of Old Major, which happens just 3 days after the meeting. But Major's speech had produced an impact on the animals, especially the more intelligent ones. The pigs emerge, the cleverest of them all, particularly Napoleon and Snowball. Another pig named Squealer turns out to be a brilliant talker with great persuasive power to convince the animals. They formulate Old Major's teachings into a system of thought for animals and name it animalism. The second chapter also gives a somewhat detailed character sketches of Molly, Moses, Boxer and Clover. Molly is a stupid mare who is constantly worrying about sugar and ribbons to decorate her mane with. She is in a world of her own and seems not very perturbed by the events that lead to the taking over of the farm by the animals. Moses the raven, symbolizing organized religion, had been a spy of Mr. Jones. Moses spreads lies about Sugar Candy Mountain, a place where animals went after they died. Moses never did any work. The cart horses, Boxer and Clover, are two faithful disciples of the pigs. The second chapter also describes the circumstances under which the animals rise in revolt against Farmer Jones. Farmer Jones takes to heavy drinking after losing a lot of money in a lawsuit. One June afternoon, he returns to the farmhouse totally drunk and goes to bed without feeding the animals. Even the men working in the farm do not bother to feed them. Driven by the pangs of hunger, the cows break into the store shed and start helping themselves to the food supplies. Mr. Jones and his men try to drive the animals out by cruelly flogging them with whips, but hungry and emboldened by the ideas instilled by Old Major, the animals fight back. The men are totally unsettled by this unexpected retaliation. They run for their lives, taking with them just the bare essentials from the house. The animals win a stupendous victory over their tyrannical human master, and they immediately go about the task of erasing all traces of the hateful reign of terror by Mr. Jones and his men. They sing the anthem in a single voice 7 times before retiring to sleep peacefully. Though the animals are thrilled and excited, they were still in a state of disbelief. They assemble to explore the farmhouse and decide that no animal will live there. Before they get the time to rejoice at their newly gained freedom, the hay harvest begins. Manor Farm is renamed Animal Farm, and Snowball paints the new name over the old one. The animals reduce the principles of animalism to 7 commandments and paint it on the barn wall in big white letters. They are meant more as rules of conduct under the new leadership. The 7 principles of animalism, inscribed as the 7 commandments, are: whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. Whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend. No animal shall wear clothes. No animal shall sleep in a bed. No animal shall drink alcohol. No animal shall kill any other animal. All animals are equal. Snowball, with his influence and commanding skills, takes charge and starts giving instructions to the animals for the hay harvest. There is some uncertainty among the animals about how the milk is to be used. Napoleon also emerges as a leader, controlling the animals and reminding them that the harvest is more important now, when the animals raise doubts about what to do with the milk. But strangely, when the animals return late in the evening after the harvest, they find that the milk has mysteriously disappeared. Here are some points that are worth pondering on. It is old Major's idealistic vision that inspires the revolution. The animals decide not to adopt man's ways. But strangely, as soon as the pigs take over the power from man, they start encouraging animals to read and write just like man. The second chapter concludes on an ominous note with the milk missing. Thank you.